All right, let's dive in. We're going to be talking about the Kindle today. And look, I know a lot of us have one, but are we really getting the most out of it? We're going to go way beyond just a simple list of tricks and get into what it really means to be a Kindle Power user.
I mean, you've seen this a million times, right? Some article pops up promising 9 essential tips to master your Kindle. And yeah, it sounds great. Who doesn't want a quick fix? But it really got me thinking, is that all there is to it? Can you really master something just by checking off a list?
And that's the big question we're digging into here. What does being an essential Kindle user really mean? Because spoiler alert, it's not just about knowing a few button shortcuts. It's about completely changing how you think about and interact with your entire library of books.
So first things first, we've got to zoom out a bit. We need to think beyond just the digital page. To really get what the Kindle's all about, you have to see the bigger picture. It's this huge shift from owning a book, a single object, to literally carrying a library in your hands.
I mean, just think about it for a second. A physical book, it's amazing, right? It's tangible, it's singular, it's one story. But an e-reader, that's something else entirely. It's more like a portal. It's not just one book, it's your entire library right there where all these different ideas can connect. All of a sudden, that finite shelf space in your house, it's gone, replaced by, well, pretty much infinite possibilities.
And the secret sauce that makes all this possible is the e-ink. Seriously, this is what makes a Kindle a Kindle. It's not just another glowing screen like your phone or tablet that fries your eyeballs after a while. No, e-ink is completely different. It's designed to look just like ink on paper, to be totally glare-free, and basically, to just get out of your way so you can read. It's what makes it a true reading sanctuary.
Okay, so how do we actually tap into all this power? Well, I found it helps to think about it in 3 main areas, or domains of mastery. If you can get a handle on these 3 things, that's how you go from just using your Kindle to really, truly owning your reading experience. So, domain number 1, you've got to become your own personal librarian. This is all about curation. Because, let's be real, having thousands of books at your fingertips is awesome, but it can also be total chaos. Mastery here is about taming that chaos. It's using things like collections, sorting, and filters to build a library that makes sense to you. All right, the second domain is all about creating your personal reading sanctuary. This is what happens when you're actually inside a book. You know, messing with the fonts, the margins, the line spacing. That's not just for looks. It's about making the act of reading as comfortable and seamless as possible. And then you have tools like highlighting, note-taking, and the X-ray feature. These things completely change the game. You stop being just a passive reader and become an active participant in the story.
And that brings us to the third and final domain, the discovery engine. This is where your Kindle stops being just a container for books you already have and becomes a portal to find your next favorite author. With Goodreads built right in, a storefront that learns what you like, the ability to sample any book for free, it's an incredible tool for exploration. It's your personal guide to this massive universe of books just waiting to be read.
So when you think about those 3 things together, being your own librarian, creating your own reading sanctuary, and using it as a discovery engine, you start to see what this is all about. Being a power reader isn't about the technology. It's about taking control and designing a reading experience that is 100% yours. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The goal isn't to master the technology. It's to make the technology disappear. That's it, right there. All these features, all these tricks and domains, they have one single job: to become so intuitive and second nature that you forget you're even holding a device. It's just you and the story.
Which, funny enough, brings us all the way back to this number, 9. We kicked this whole thing off with the promise of 9 simple tips, but I hope you can see now that number, it doesn't really matter. It's totally arbitrary.
Because the real goal here was never about memorizing a checklist of 9 random tricks. It's about taking all these tools we talked about, the librarian, the sanctuary, the engine, and building your own system. A system that fits you perfectly, that feeds your curiosity, and just makes your whole reading life better.
At the end of the day, the real power isn't in knowing a bunch of tips. It's in the exploration. It's about picking up that Kindle and seeing it not just as the book you're currently reading, but as your entire library, waiting for you. So the only real question is, what are you going to discover in your library today?